It's Lino Martinez again. I'm in Albany, Texas. Today's March 14th, Tuesday, 6:09 p.m. I just got my phone Saturday, and they're gonna say that they bugged my phone or some shit like that. You know, they didn't bug my phone. There's a lot of shit going on here in town that a lot of people don't know about, and if they do, they're all trying to keep it undercover. You know, this new technology, it's not new, but people are starting to be aware of it. Targeted individuals are being targeted by a satanic sex group in Albany, Texas, as long as also in all the other states across the nation. And you know, shit's going on. You know, people think the apocalypse is going to be like something major. You know, like demons and shit. You know, well, these are people that are demons. You know, they sold their soul to the devil to be in this satanic sex ring and join in on the fun. And all these guys, you know, they teach you how to this remote neural monitoring. They can stare through your eyes. They can watch me right now, watching what I'm doing, seeing who's driving by and everything. Here in Albany, Texas, here we are in the big town of Albany, Texas. You know, you know, there's a lot of things going on in this world, and like I said, this is the apocalypse. You know, either you're on God's side or you're not. I mean, I didn't sell myself to the devil. I won't submit to him. You know, they threatened to fucking hurt my family. They threatened to shoot me. They always say kill him, shoot him. We should have shot him when we had the chance, or I don't know, all kinds of shit. You know, you know. They've manipulated my dreams, and the dreams they are giving me here lately are trying to cover up for the people that are in their satanic sex ring. And there's a lot of people being watched in this town, you know, against their will and against their against the constitutional rights, Fourth Amendment. There's a lot of shit going on. They say he's gonna change his voice, and you know, there's a lot of shit in this town going on, and I don't know why everybody just trying to ignore it, you know. Maybe some of them, they are being like, you know, they bring in, you know, like watch this, watch that. You know, they don't know what's going on. They just think this technology is legal when it's not. It's illegal. It's illegal from the get-go. They're the ones that are criminals. They're the ones, you know, bringing in all these young kids and underage kids masturbating at night to each other, and older women are teaching these boys how to fucking last longer in bed. These older dudes are teaching these girls how to masturbate and shit. You know, there's a lot of shit going on in this town. This underneath, you know. I always thought I like Albany. I'm from Albany. I grew up here my whole life. I've been here since I was a baby. You know, longer than most of these people in this son bitch. So they always say you're out, you're out. I never want to be in the goddamn fucking thing. You know, they said you lost. I'm like, lost what? They like, you lost your mother and your family and all this shit. You're going to prison, all this shit. I never want to be a part of this fucking shit. You know, I don't want to do it. I even told them, you know, if you even went the other way around, you know, I still have to fucking if I found out it was illegal, I have to walk away from it because and also I told them if it's illegal, you know, it is illegal. Bottom line, it's illegal. They're the criminals. And they always say too late. You know, a new word they're using is stun. He croaked. When they used to use all kinds of shit, trying to name me as a pedophile. They've already convicted me as a pedophile before I even gone to court. I'm not a pedophile. And they get all these other women, all these other people from all over, you know, Albany, Texas as well, you know, and all the surrounding area. It's happening every town, you know, at one point it's a new world order. That's what it is, a new world order. Either you're in, you're out. I don't want to be in because all those motherfuckers, they sold their soul to the devil. You know, there's a lot of shit going on. I wrote in my books. I've documented some of this before I got a phone. I recorded some of their voices. I try to get that on YouTube too. There's a lot of shit going on in this world. You know, I know some of their names. I know some of them. I've seen some of them. And they always try and put shit in my head. You know, they manipulate my dreams, like I said. My family and shit. And, you know, while these girls are watching this shit, they're always like this one girl. They gave me a dream of my sister. She hasn't even been in Texas this year at all. You know, and she's like, ooh, she's naked, and I heard her in my dream. You know, that girl. And then she, like when I woke up, she's like, I didn't know he was dreaming. They can fucking do that shit with this technology, this illegal ass shit they got going on. And like I said, they bring in all these young kids, girls. You know, they say they're teaching them how to spot a predator to all the other people that don't know about what's going on in this town. They're full of shit. Why would kids be up? You know, I know right now it's spring break, but even before then, you know, all the shit's going on in this country, you know, it is a satanic sex ring. I say satanic because I was at Dairy Queen, you know, getting my mom and my dad a country basket. And that black guy from the Albany area, they say they're from Austin. They're not from Austin. They're not from Austin. They're from the Albany, Texas area, as well as Albany and all the surrounding area. They try to buy me a car. You can't fucking bribe me. Fuck that. You can't buy me off. You can't fucking sue anything. I told them, you know, this is bigger than my family. This is where everyone has ever been harassed. Everyone is going to get harassed. And everyone that's, no matter what you get them to say, what they do, they're going to, you know, they're going to get saved by the grace of God, because I'm standing up to this. I'll speak up. You know, they always say sacrifice to me. You sacrifice your family. You sacrifice. That is a cult, you know. They tell these girls, these dudes, you know, what to think of, what not to think of, that's how they talk. What do you think of instead of what you think about, you know? And you know, tell them what to believe, what not to believe, when to look, when not to look. You know, they're a little restricted. You know, if they talk to me, they're out. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on in this town. You know, and they can look through your eyes like goddamn cameras. And you know, they turn families against families. They try to turn people against you. And like they've done me, you know, I was isolated in my room for almost like 2 months, you know, and I was like, I got to get out, man. Kept hearing them. I broke my TV, my brand new TV. They trying to think of some shit, you know, try to plot on me, flip it around. They'll say one thing, and then they'll fucking act like I said it when I didn't say it, you know. Like, did you hear him? Did you hear him? It wasn't even me to begin with. And they'll do all kinds of shit. You know, there's a lot of going on in this town. I know there's a lot of people that don't know in this town as well. And if they do know, they don't know what's going on underneath, you know. All they see is what they want them to see while they do their dirty deeds at night. And they'll try to say it's Lena Martinez's family when it's not. You know? Like, at night when they're having sex and everything, fucking these older women are saying, say it's his mother, you know. Say it was his mother, say it was his family, or, you know, it's his mom, and all this shit. So, you know, there's a lot of shit going on in this world. And I can't even believe what the fuck's happening in this town. I grew up here. I didn't think any of this shit could happen. I never knew about remote neural monitoring until this past year of May 12, 2016 is when I started getting targeted. I got targeted in 2015, but I didn't know it was R&M. But somehow, like, I don't know, somehow I just knew it was being broadcasted. I thought of a webcam. That's what I thought, a webcam. And somehow it was being broadcasted. It was being broadcasted somewhere, you know. And I don't know how I knew that, but I just knew it. And you know, all along I've been right. I haven't been guessing. I've been right. I don't care what these people are thinking right now, you know, about me. You know, they're monitoring me right now. It's like he's thinking of those young girls right now. All these kids are getting fucking targeted and lured in to this satanic sex ring. You know, kids that been up like all fucking night. How do they go to work? You know, that's what they say. This is their job. They were paid to watch. They're watching their mother or something. You know, when I put them in check, they're going to target my mom, my dad. They target my family members, I believe. They target people in this town, you know, and try to get dirt on them or some shit, or, you know, they watch them illegally, and they do all kinds of fucking crazy shit. And they always say you win, you lose, you lost. What did I lose? I didn't want to be in this shit. But they lost their fucking soul. Like, I know I wasn't the only one in this fucking, the only one in this world that thought, the devil's working with them, How can this be from God? How? You know, I don't understand that. How can you how can you manipulate someone's dreams, put sex dreams in their dreams? Uh, you know, put demon shit in their dreams, demonic shit in their dreams. They'll end up putting family members in your dreams to make it look like you're actually talking to your family members, and people will watch at the same time, and they put demonic shit on me. Like, yeah, when I was saying, I got back from Dairy Queen, like I was saying earlier, when I picked up my parents' country basket, they tried to bribe me with a car and shit. And the black dude was like, he knows that woman, she always says she's a cop. Of all people, she should know that this is illegal. Corrupted government use this. Criminals use this. Corrupted cops use this. If they were good cops, they're not good cops. She's not a cop. I know she's not. I tried getting her badge number over and over, but the reason why I did that, because there's an ambulance going by. So, anyways, they 3 nights in a row they shocked me or whatever, numbed me. It wasn't no shock. It was like demonic shit. Some demonic shit. Right now I just heard someone say he's an idiot. I'm still being targeted. From May 12, 2016. Every day has been non-stop, non-fucking stop. It's crazy as shit. I don't know who to believe, what not to believe. I mean, who to believe, who not to believe. Because everyone's in this shit. And I know the ones I've seen, the ones I heard, I know them. But are they being lied to too? Also at the same time? They say they watch and everything, but like, everything you see is not what you see sometimes. Everything you hear is not what you hear sometimes. But like I said, God bless, and the only thing you can do is look up.